So Tom Workin sent in $5. Says, got to go, unfortunately. But the boys, Invincible, think this is the nail on the coffin in Disney Marvel's Coffin. The boys and Invincible, is that the nail in Disney Marvel's coffin? No, I don't think so. I think it's helped, though. I think it has helped. I wouldn't say necessarily it's the nail in the coffin. What do we think? Do we think that the sort of variety of superhero products is showing the cracks in the creative process for Marvel? What do you reckon? Because I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't have any creatives at Disney right now. I mean, that's evident across the board. I mean, it's not just Marvel; it's everything that they're struggling with. I think the performance of the last couple 3, 5, Marvel films was also help driving those nails. So yeah, I would say if not the final nail, it might be dang close. I don't know how you go forward without massive improvement, recognizing where your shortcomings are and stepping away from that path.
You said shortcomings.
I just got 2 points on that. One, this narrative that they're trying to push of superhero fatigue, but people are really loving The Boys, the spinoff, Invincible, which I've heard nothing but good things. I just had my nephew just texted me today. I was like,
great.
Have you seen Invincible? And I was like, not yet. I keep hearing about it. He's like, oh my gosh, you gotta check it out. So the thing is, people like superhero stuff. There's not superhero fatigue. I hate when they keep saying that. Or sequel fatigue, or whatever, because there's so many other properties that fall into that same genre that are doing well. And then ultimately at the end of the day, I think Disney's going to put their own nail in their own coffin because it's all because of them. These people are going to these other shows and stuff because of how bad it is of a job that they're doing. So to me, they're putting their own nail in their own coffin.
Yeah, agree with that. Tom, culture?
I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I mean, I'm feeling like there's not going to be, nothing's ever going to equal what the 30 some films in the MCU did. Or I should say the 31 properties were represented in the MCU. But I feel like 30 some or whatever. But I feel like we've reached the end of a trend, and Hollywood, and Tom is consistent when he talks about it, and I'll let him speak on it. Hollywood always drives things into the ground. Always. They never pull out of a trend before it's actually dead.
I mean, you mean as far as like superhero fatigue or whatever?
Yeah, anything.
I mean, it's kind of like, how do you define it, right? Because I mean, something like The Boys kind of goes along with comparing superheroes to westerns.
Yeah.
In a sense that westerns and superheroes have now both reigned supreme as far as the main film genre for the same amount of time. And then westerns never really went away, but what they did was they went to television and they got cheaper, and very rarely did you see one on the big screen anymore after like 1970. Do I think superhero movies are going to get to that point though? I don't know. I really don't. The big difference between superhero movies and westerns is superhero movies, you can do different genres you got a lot more room to play with than you do in a western setting, right? So I mean, they're kind of apples to oranges at the same time as they are kind of comparing apples to apples, but I have a hard time believing that the fatigue, I think we still would have gotten a fatigue at some point, but I think the problem set in faster and harder because of all of the shit that we're dealing with here, pun intended, I guess, with the interjection of all these politics and overt sexuality and all that kind of business. Like, I think that expedited the death of the superhero film more so.
Agree with that. Right, well,